most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today we're going to talk about 3 little-known secrets to greatly improve your COPD, chronic bronchitis, or emphysema. So we got 3 tips here that we hope are going to help you. So if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, you'll want to go over to our social media sites because we're always giving something away. Liz, what are we giving away? We're giving a SleepOvation mattress.
Yeah.
A mattress.
These are these are the deluxe end mattresses, high-end mattresses.
So if you go to our website, bobandbrad.com, and look for giveaways, it's under there. If you're on Facebook, just go, it's pinned to the top of the page.
Sure.
All right, let's start off with the first one, Brad. When you have COPD, chronic bronchitis, or emphysema, in all cases there, your inspiratory and expiratory muscles need a workout. They need to be trained just like weight trainers train their muscles. So when your biceps gets weak, what do? You use weights to build it up again.
Sure.
So we have a device actually that can help build up your lungs, the inspiratory and expiratory muscles. It was developed by a respiratory therapist. It's called the breather. Inexpensive device, easy to use. It's got 6 levels of resistance for inhaling and 5 levels of resistance for exhaling.
Why there's different, we don't know, but we're sure that she does.
Yeah, we're sure that, yeah, she had like over 35 years of experience. They've sold over 1 million of these. They redesigned it a little better, so it's even better now. They've got excellent videos on how to use this.
Right.
I don't think we need to spend much time on that, Brad.
Right.
Because they're going to show you how to use it. But all I want to say is that they've told us time and time again, by using this, what happens is, let's say, for example, you go out to the mailbox and you get very short press. I couldn't even do that anymore.
Right.
You couldn't walk your dog. You couldn't play with your grandchildren. They find out generally within a couple weeks that these things you are now able to do.
So you're using this device, and it's really not that. It's only a few minute exercise per day.
Yeah, it's twice a day. And they recommend 6 days a week, and you breathe in and breathe out. That's 1 rep, 2 sets of 10. Yeah.
So you're talking about 5 minutes a day total.
Yeah, it's inexpensive, and it's 5 minutes a day total, and you can do it even with the oxygen on. I mean, there's anybody can do it. You can do it in a wheelchair.
Right.
So, I mean, I highly recommend this one. It was definitely for anybody with COPD in your life. I would go that route.
Right.
So,
yeah. Very good.
All right.
What's next, Bob?
All right, the next thing is going to be a little bit more surprise, I think. So this is the back pod. So you're going, what does this have to do with COPD or asthma or chronic bronchitis? I threw asthma in there too because there's people who actually have asthma that have trouble with this. So what happens over time when you have such a disease like this, you tend to start hunching over. Yep, because you're trying to actually breathe, to use the accessory muscles to breathe. And what happens after a while is the ribs actually tighten down, and now you can't open up anymore. You can't inhale like you should. You can't get the diaphragm working like it should.
Right, because the ribs have to be movable in order to expand, which is really critical to get maximum or a large amount of volume into your lungs. When your ribs tighten up, that doesn't happen, then it really cuts down your volume.
Well said, Brad. Well said.
Wow.
So I was talking to the therapist who developed this. He's from New Zealand. Really a great guy. Really,
yes.
Really, really quite intelligent, a great therapist. And he knows Lydia Brady, who was the first woman ever to climb up Mount Everest.
Okay.
And she's now done it 6 times as a guide and stuff like that. So she went in and she used this. She used this to break up, her tight ribs, and so she could get more inspiratory, expiratory motion.
Right. So she's going for maximum volume.
Yeah. And her vital capacity, which is the amount you can breathe in, was 5 liters. And she monitors this closely because, as you can imagine, when you're up on the mountain, you need oxygen. I mean, they often are using supplementary oxygen.
Well, yeah, once they get up over 20,000, or I don't know the exact amount, but didn't you watch the movie?
No, I didn't.
All right. Well, anyways.
So anyway, to hike up there, you need to have good respiratory capability. And she was at 5 liters for years. They measured it. She used this, and she increased to 5.7 liters.
Yeah,
which is pretty significant, right? So the way you use this device, actually, I'm going to show real quickly, Brad. So you're going to lay down on it. Again, a very simple thing to use. I give you a shock.
Yeah.
You put it, here's the spine, and here's the shoulder blades. You put it between those So you would work your way down. You lay on it for 30 seconds, lay on it for 30 seconds, lay on it for 30 seconds, and then we hit the other side. So we go all the way around. I've been using it. I've been really surprised, Brad. I always, when we do that wall angel test where
Right.
you lean up against the wall and see if you can get your arms all the way back, I could never get this one back.
Right.
And I thought it was the shoulder. And it turns out it was my back because now I can do it after
From using this. Right.
yeah. So for someone who's never used this before, you're going to use it on a hard surface. And generally, you might start with 2 to 3 pillows even,
Sure.
because otherwise it's going to be too much for you to handle. And if it's even, if you're new to it, you might even put a towel over it too. So it comes with all the instructions here, but I'm just showing real quickly how it works. So very simple. I go like this. I get it right between my shoulder, right there, a little crack that went on there. And you can start off like this. And I bring my arms up too, like this, to give a little bit of a chest stretch.
Right.
But eventually you want to work to the point where you are going like this. But you notice this, Brad? My arm is all the way down.
Yeah, I see that, Bob.
And before it was like this.
Okay.
And every morning I'd wake up and I'd try to get it down. I couldn't. So just from using this device.
Right.
Now you also used it for
costochondritis,
right,
chest pain, which is not from a heart attack, but it's from where the ribs connect to the sternum. It's an annoying thing to have because you think, am I having a heart attack? I went in twice. I wasn't. I use this. And that's actually one of the things he developed it for specifically.
Exactly. This has been a bit of a surprise, he said, this other use for it. But it's good for people with bad posture.
Sure.
And which, we have kind of an epidemic of. Now, I'm going to tell you right offhand, this is pricey. It's $90. And people look at this and they go, how could this be $90? This is a one-man show that's making this thing. I mean, this isn't some big company that, so if you look at this, by the way, it's very strong. You can run a car over it. It's got 2 pieces here. And that means he had to have a mold for each one of these. Brad and I know this because we've gone down this road.
Right.
He had to have a mold for this. What are you thinking?
He's probably between $50,000 and $100,000 just for the tooling.
For the molds. Yeah. And then this isn't like a huge market that every person in the world is going to buy, although a lot of them could. So, I mean, you start to understand why he has to charge the price he does. He's probably not going to make money on this for years and years.
Right.
I mean, so I'm just trying to defend him because we've gone through the same thing.
Right.
And people,
it's hard to get prices where you would like them.
Yeah, when you're not a big company. All right, number 3, Brad. This is going to probably be a surprise to many people too. Eat more fruits and vegetables. It's like, what does that have to do with lungs?
Sure, sure.
But it does. So they had 100 patients in this one study, and they had half the patients actually eat more fruits and vegetables over a 3-year period. On the other side, the other 50, they just had a normal diet, what they were eating before.
Okay.
So after 3 years, the normal diet, the people actually got a little progressively worse, which you expect from COPD.
Sure.
And the ones with the fruit and vegetables, they actually got a little better. So they think it's due to you have antioxidants and anti-inflammatory effects of fruit and vegetables. I mean, there really is an important thing, part of your diet to try to watch the inflammation.
And that's becoming more and more understood.
So, so with those 3 things, give them a try. And I think we can, you're not going to cure your COPD or bronchitis or emphysema, but you certainly can make life better, and improve your quality of life.
Gives you some control over it.
Right. So give those 3 things a try. Thanks for watching.